It is 10 o'clock. I'm Jeff Gianola in a new attempt tonight to modify Measure 110. A group of business and community leaders now trying to change Oregon's rules on using illegal drugs. The coalition filed a ballot initiative today which would increase the penalty for using those drugs. We sent Elise Haas to hear from both sides about that issue tonight, and she joins us live. Elise?
Jeff, right now, if drug users are caught with drugs like fentanyl in the state, then they are given a ticket and they're offered some optional recovery help, and they avoid jail time. And in this latest initiative petition, the group wants to keep all of the funding that Measure 110 has in place for addiction and recovery services, but instead, they want to make treatment mandatory. Open drug use, contaminated foil, and people overdosing on a daily basis.
Now we have open-air street markets. We're a haven for people who want to actually trade and commercialize the sale of these hard drugs.
It's sites like these on the streets of Portland that's motivated Oregonians, like former state lawmaker Max Williams, to put a new initiative on the ballot to change Measure 110. They're suggesting a system that has both rewards and consequences for people dealing with addiction. If it was passed, the new initiative would make having deadly drugs illegal again. It would also make the recovery program mandatory. In most cases, Williams says, the person with a substance use disorder would never see a prosecutor, a courtroom, or a jail cell. A key part of the plan is erasing the related criminal records for people who get clean.
It's not about locking people up and putting them in jail, nor is it about stacking criminal offenses onto anybody. It's truly about trying to give people the opportunity who may need that incentive to move into treatment and recovery.
But some healthcare organizations are critical of recriminalization.
Recriminalizing drugs creates a stigma.
Supporters of Measure 110 argue against mandatory treatment, saying people are more successful if they go into treatment on their own.
They're going to use anyways, whether you criminalize this or not. So what we're saying is, let's not add additional stigma. Let's make sure that they have access to health care. And let's prioritize our public safety resources on real crimes.
I would argue that if we don't intervene early with these people, the odds are they're either going to die of an overdose after maybe having been resuscitated multiple times, or for many of them, they're actually in pursuit of their addiction going to commit a more serious person or property crime, and then they will go to prison. So this is really about trying to divert these people from ending up in the criminal justice system in a meaningful way.
If enough people sign this new petition, the initiative would make its way to your ballot November next year. And Oregon-based heavyweights have invested $700,000 in this new ballot initiative to amend Measure 110. Contributions include $300,000 from Tim Boyle of Columbia Sportswear, $200,000 from Phil Knight of Nike, $100,000 from the Goodman family, $50,000 from Ed Miletus, and $50,000 from Jordan Schnitzer. So the way this ballot initiative is written, it would create three pathways to get people into treatment. First and foremost, they would be offered treatment in lieu of going to the criminal justice system. But the alternatives, if they turn that down, would then be something like similar to drug court and mandatory supervised probation. So I'm sure that you really want to understand all of the nuances for how this new ballot initiative would work. So I went ahead and detailed all of that within my online article at KOIN.com. Reporting live in downtown Portland, Elise Haas, KOIN 6 News.